Before we get into today's video, I did want to let you guys know that this video is for educational purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance in hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend and I hope everybody is doing well. A lot of you guys were sending me this case/situation that happened over in Germany between 3 Americans. And let me just kind of set the thought process for you guys. So for those of y'all that are young, that are maybe in college or graduating college, you can put yourself in these shoes. Or for those of y'all that are parents, say you have your son or daughter that is college aged and they've worked, they've gone all through high school, they went to college, they graduated college, they did really, really good. And then they want to take like a trip overseas. Most parents, for our kids to go overseas with maybe like just one friend or 2 friends or a couple friends, we're concerned, but we want them to live their life, right? They've earned it. We want them to live their best life. Like, go explore. You're going to do this, this, and this. You got a couple of daughters. They're going to go see Cinderella's castle over there. Everything is going to be wonderful. You're going to be worried, but it's going to be fine, right? Okay. Setting the tone. Now let's talk about Troy. 30-year-old Troy Phillip Bohling was born and raised in Lincoln Park, Michigan. He has an older brother and a younger sister, and his parents currently live close by in Lake Erie. Now, Troy went to Allen Park High School, where he was described by classmates as very shy, introverted, didn't make a lot of waves, maybe a little socially awkward, just kind of stayed to himself, but he did have a girlfriend and he played in the school band. Another one of Troy's classmates said that every time he's seen Troy, he was playing Dungeons and Dragons. Any chance he could get, he was in the library. Dungeons and Dragons this, Dungeons and Dragons that. Shockingly though, in 2016, Troy faced an embezzlement charge. However, the prosecution did not go through with it, so the charges were dropped. Currently, Troy had been living in Lincoln Park with his 34-year-old older brother. The house that they live in is about 20 minutes from Detroit. He spent some time working on oil rigs in Mexico a few years ago, and other than that, he is said to have spent most of his time just hanging out with his family. Now, neighbors would describe Troy as quiet, stayed to himself, kind of the same way he was described in high school. I had one neighbor that said, oh, they were nice boys. Oh, they were friendly, nice boys. They didn't cause any problems. Other neighbors would say that it seemed like they were like never home, the brothers. It was just they were always gone, or maybe they were just always inside and never really came outside. And then other neighbors said that they would see Troy outside walking his cat on the leash quite often. He didn't talk, he was shy, but he was out there, walking his cat. Back in June of this year, 2023, Troy was in Germany on a tourist visa visiting the building of Neuschwanstein Castle. The castle was completed in 1886 after almost 20 years of working on it. It's located close to the Alps and the Austrian border. More than 61 million people have visited this castle, and it is said that the movie Cinderella, Cinderella's castle, was like based on or inspired by this castle. So when people go to this part of Germany, it's a big tourist spot because people want to see the castle it's kind of like the real life Cinderella's castle, right? I don't know about y'all, but I would love to go and see that. Do they get to walk inside? Because that seems amazing. Well, 21-year-old Eva Liu and 22-year-old Kelsey Chang were excited to see the castle as well. The 2 young women were on the trip of a lifetime after recently graduating from the University of Illinois. So on this day in June, Eva and Kelsey, best friends from over here in America, just graduated from their universities, They're there visiting the castle, and at the same time, Troy is there visiting the castle, and this is when the three would bump into each other. Investigators said that Eva and Kelsey ran into Troy while they were crossing that bridge. Now, this bridge goes over this big gorge that shows a beautiful view of the castle, and there are lots of people on this bridge, and so when the two girls ran into Troy and they figured that they were all from America, they just, kind of chatted briefly, and this is when Troy told the two girls, hey, I know a spot over there where y'all can get the best picture. There's no obstruction of the view of the trees, and you don't have to bump around people to get the photo, and it is a great Instagram worthy spot. Come over here, let me show you. And the two girls, I would have to assume, believing like, here's this nice guy, he's, from America like we are, trying to help us. They followed him. After Troy got the two girls in this spot alone, this is when investigators say that he allegedly attacked Eva. He went to go and SA her. When he did, Kelsey jumped in to try to help her friend, and this is when he allegedly pushed her off the side of the cliff down into the 165-foot steep ravine. After Kelsey fell down into the ravine, this is when Troy attacked her again and then pushed her down the ravine. Eva fell all the way down. However, Kelsey's fall was broken by a tree, so she didn't fall all the way to the bottom. Both women were flown by air ambulance to the hospital there in Germany. However, Eva passed away from her injuries. Thankfully, when paramedics were trying to render aid to the girls, they were able to tell them what happened, and this is how allegedly we found out about the girls being lured away from the bridge, and then Troy attacking the girls and pushing them both down into the ravine. Troy fled the scene but was caught after a massive police operation involving 25 emergency vehicles. He was taken to a police station in a nearby town. Now, it is said that Troy initially refused to speak to the police. Now, I'm wondering, did Troy think that it was like America over there? Like, don't talk to them, like, wait till you have a lawyer. You're not in America anymore. It works differently over there in Germany, but nevertheless, at first, he refused to speak or say anything. And while he is in jail, and he's still in jail right now, waiting to go to his trial over there, he is facing charges of murder as well as SA. What makes this even more weird and bizarre is that a woman that's living in Thailand shared text messages that she was having with Troy. So Troy, the whole time he was there, he was texting a woman in Thailand. Look at this. This photo he sent right here. Then he sent this one. I climbed it. It went about 100 meters up, only tree roots and branches for steps, grabbing halfway up. And then this photo. On the top, sitting on a downward tree log. And then the last photo he sent said, and now I get to sit here and look at these two try to get the perfect Insta. Now back home, things have gotten so strange. Troy's mother, Mary, said when questioned by a German newspaper that her son wasn't in Germany at all. Now, that's a new tactic that we haven't seen yet. You know how usually when you have somebody that does something and then the media is going after the family and they're like, no comment, no comment. Like, we see that all the time. Well, allegedly, Troy's mama said, oh, I don't got no son. She went the whole other route. Like, ain't mine. He don't belong to me. Troy's father was seen outside frantically panicking, walking back and forth, making phone calls. Troy's sister was also seen entering the home that Troy and his brother lived in. And Troy's ex-high school girlfriend, Alexi, says that he had never shown any signs of being capable of this type of crime. A former friend of Troy's that had spent like a couple years of summer camp with him said that yes, he was introverted, shy, and played the Dungeons and Dragons, that he didn't see him being like violent or anything.
I thought, no, he can't, that can't be next door. They seem like a very good family, very quiet. The boys are always quiet. They don't bother anybody. He's never spoke to me or anything like that, but it still shocks me.
Prosecutors in Germany say that Troy is going to be charged and tried in Germany, that he's not coming back over here, because that's a big question, because the girls were from America and he was from America. Is he going to be flown back and tried in America? And Germany is saying no. Now, their system works completely different than ours. Over here, we have a trial, we're judged by our peers. Over there, it doesn't work like that. The judge is going to hear what the prosecutor has to say. The prosecutor is going to come up and say, he did this, this, and this is how I know. And the judge is going to say, boop, this is what you get. And over there, murder is a life sentence, but you can get out on parole in 15 years. There's a couple things that I want to say here. I know that his friends and stuff said that this was not like him. He was shy and introverted, but you don't know what he was doing in his shy and introvertedness. Now, I say innocent until proven guilty. That's over here. That's not over there in Germany. I don't know how it works over there. But the girl that survived pointed him out. So are we going to think she's lying? I'm tending to believe her. And unfortunately, her friend, who they were not able to save her life. So I'm tending to believe that by now Kelsey would have been like, no, you guys got the wrong guy. So for all the friends that are saying that he was quiet and introverted, you never know what somebody's got going on the inside. You never know what they're looking at online, what kind of things they've got going on in their mind. And as soon as they get that opportunity when nobody is looking in a place that they feel like nobody is going to see, and they take it. This is truly horrific. I cannot imagine the families of these two girls. These girls were doing everything right. You know what I mean? Like, they had just graduated. They had worked hard. They're over there. They're seeing the Cinderella castle. I mean, these are two good girls doing the right things. And they thought they were going to take a cute Instagram picture. Now, I want to talk about what I heard about Eva. This is the young lady who lost her life, and she was a remarkable young woman. 21-year-old Eva was a student leader at her high school, a good girl, a really good girl. And then when she went on to college at her university, she finished in 4 years her bachelor's and her master's degree in computer science at the same time in 4 years. In 4 years. Her bachelor's and her master's degree. I mean, girlfriend was not only smart, she was dedicated, she had ambition, she went towards her goals, and she was achieving them. She also served as an intern at Microsoft and had been offered a full-time job, and she was supposed to start in July. I can't imagine how excited she was. Her family was excited. I mean, that's amazing. Straight out of college, she's offered a full-time job at Microsoft. Wonderful. She also volunteered at a Chinese school that was near her, and she was also dedicated and heavily involved in her church. She just sounded like a wonderful young woman, and it's such a sad, sad loss to the whole entire world and especially her family. Have y'all heard about this? What do you guys think? Now, Eva's family did start a GoFundMe because they were trying to raise the funds to bring her body back from Germany to the US. Now, as of me filming this, they have far surpassed their goal. But if the GoFundMe is still open, I am going to leave it down in the description box. You guys let me know what y'all think. Other than that, I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for being here, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.